You're watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. You want to see me turn Super Saiyan? Or should I take it to the next level? I'm also the narrator too. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, make sure and smash subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
As the story of the former angel of the 13th universe Merno had officially come to a close in the canonverse, here today we are going to be diving in depth with exploring a side story involving the rogue angel Merno, who just so happened to have survived his own self-destruction. And with Merno now making his way to planet Vampa, the question is, what exactly is Merno's intention and goal going to be in visiting planet Vampa? And once coming across Broly, what exactly does Merno have planned for Broly in having to meet the rogue Saiyan for the very first time? As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to smash that subscribe button on this channel and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, along with giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys love Dragon Ball and anime, as well as checking out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist located down in the description box below, to where on that playlist you guys will be able to find all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas created by the community for the community. So be sure to head on down below, check out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist for all the best and latest videos on Dragon Ball fan mangas. As we kick off the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Kai Universe 13 manga chapter special, as we go back to planet Vampa as we observe Broly just taking a walk, and as Broly seems to be doing his own thing and minding his own business, a mysterious voice then goes on to call out to him and saying, now why would anyone ever want to choose to live on such a barren and disgusting planet like Vampa? And as Broly stops in his tracks and trying to figure out where this voice came from, out of nowhere, Broly then overhears a very familiar voice as this voice goes on to cry out, help me Broly! And with Broly quickly turning around, he went along to call out, Shile! I can't see you, where are you? Until then, out of nowhere, a portal then opens up behind Broly, and through it we see how Merno slowly steps out with Shile clenched in his hand, as Merno went along to then tell Broly, so, you're Broly, I take it. I've heard so much about you. Tell me something, Broly. How far are you honestly willing to go? And as he has Shile clutched in his hand, choking her by the throat, he only then proceeds to tell Broly, how far are you honestly willing to go to save the ones you truly care about? Would you be willing to risk it all to save her life? In a very condescending kind of way, Merno is sort of giving Broly kind of like an ultimatum in asking him how far are you willing to go to do everything or anything that's needed to save the ones that you truly care about. And we all know how much value Broly has for Shile as a person, so to see her literally get choked right in front of him is not the best approach, especially when confronting someone like Broly and using her against him. And with Merno having to be shown squeezing the life out of Shile, he only then continues, live or die, the choice is yours Broly, choose quickly, she doesn't have much longer. And Broly absolutely loses it because he quickly goes on to charge right in and having to shout, let her go! And the second we see Broly attempt to attack Merno, Merno actually ends up stepping right back through his portal and disappearing entirely, but then reappearing behind Broly yet again with Shile still clutched in his hand, as he went along to tell him, very wise decision, mortal. That's the way. And here I thought you lacked the courage to stand up to an angel. You mortals from the 7th universe continue to impress me with your potential. I want to see if you can help answer my questions on who the strongest here is. As he then went along to throw Shile through the portal, he then went along to continue, and for that to happen, we'll save this one for later then. Off you go, worm. At least now we will be able to enjoy ourselves alone without any distractions. Now then, warrior, this is your chance to show me what you can do. By all means, I encourage you to fight to your heart's content. But let me remind you what's on the line if you fail. The lives of your friends, Lemo and your beloved Shile. I want to see the full extent of your raw power. I want to know if you are the strongest in Universe 7. I sense an incredible battle power within you. This is your chance to release it and show me what you can do. I'm ready. So Merno, just as we've seen before with Goku and Vegeta, is stringing Broly along for this game of his in finding out who the strongest person within Universe 7 is, and following his battle with MUI Goku and Vegeta on a desolate planet, this version of Merno, of course after going through such a thing, still wants to gauge other individuals like Broly in seeing where they stand when compared to other mortals within the 7th in terms of being the absolute strongest, as only then Broly wastes little time in having to jump directly from his base form into his wrath form as he went along to cry out, "Let them go! I'll kill you!" And as soon as Ikari Broly charges right in, he goes on ahead to strike Merno, but Merno ends up so casually being able to deflect and counter Broly's attacks as he went along to tell him, "Interesting, what a strange form. This is different than Goku and Vegeta's god forms." But Broly doesn't care because he's throwing punches, he's throwing kicks, he's trying to do whatever he can to get his hands on Merno. As Broly attempts to throw a haymaker, Merno quickly ducks down and further telling him, "But even then, I expected more from you. If this is all you can do, then this fight is over, mortal," as Merno connects a thunderous, bone-rattling shot to Broly's abdominal section that literally halts Broly in his tracks, which, keep in mind, this is a mortal fighting against a very powerful angel, and we can only assume here that Merno is holding tremendous amounts of power back from Broly, so this is all a part of the game that he's willing to play just to keep Broly in check. But this is what makes Broly different. Even after being hit with such an attack to his gut, what Broly ends up doing is literally grabbing Merno by the face and telling him, "No, you die instead." And through Broly's hand, all we get to see is Merno's eye as he went along to comment, "What incredible strength." And Broly wastes little time in literally grabbing this angel by the face and slams him head first into the ground beneath them as Broly went along to comment, "I'm going to grind your bones to pieces." And that's exactly what Broly ends up doing, because after slamming Merno with such tremendous force on the ground, what Broly ends up doing is literally drags this angel through the ground beneath him and then proceeds to toss him up in the sky to where everyone else that's fought Merno so far had not been able to do such a thing, let alone in being able to grab Merno and further cause him this much harm. And as Merno gets sent flying up in the sky, what he ends up doing is opening up a portal and having to save himself and coming right back through as he went along to tell Broly, "Allow me to show you a trick I've learned. Ta-da! I just want you to understand that you have absolutely no chance in defeating me, Broly." And with Broly looking on in absolute shock, he went along to ask, "What was that?" And as quickly as Broly had this thought, Merno ended up opening a portal beside Broly and telling him, "You might want to pay better attention. Heads up," as Merno ends up striking Broly with such force that it causes Broly to go flying out into the distance, and as Broly did, Merno went along to comment, "Away with you, creature. Are you beginning to understand now? You never had a chance to begin with." So Merno is really toying around with Broly. He wants to try to see if he could give Broly some hope just to take it away from him later on, and with Merno standing there in anticipation, he only then went along to comment, "And here I assume this Saiyan was perhaps the strongest out of the bunch. He has incredible power but is highly unskilled. He fights with the mindset of a savage and the skill of a child. Although such a warrior as him would be much more powerful if he had a master to follow after. But just like Vegeta, I'm afraid he would also refuse. What a shame. These mortals have potential to become something more than what they are now. as he only then continues, but I can also sense that this Saiyan is only just beginning to get started. Go on now, show me your dormant powers, Broly. I want to see how far you're willing to go to save your loved ones, as over out in the distance there is a massive explosion occurs with a blinding light that follows as Broly jumped from his Wrath form straight into his full-powered Super Saiyan form, to which I will say looks absolutely incredible, and with Merno looking on, he only then comments, "What spectacular power! You're far stronger than I had given you credit for," but it's still pointless. So even with Merno acknowledging the fact that Broly has spectacular power, he doesn't seem to be shaken, he doesn't seem to be rattled, but instead, he seems to welcome this idea. As Broly wastes little time, he quickly dashes on in, and as he attempts to attack Merno, what Merno ends up doing is completely evade Broly's attacks by having to step through the portals he had created and having to create a diversion, as he only then showed up behind Broly and telling him, "You're going to have to be a lot faster than that, Broly." And Broly is just as fast, because what he ends up doing is connecting a thunderous shot to Merno's face as he went along to tell him, "I will kill you." And as Broly continues to pound away, Merno shielding himself from the oncoming attacks as he went along to comment, "Now I see the source of your strength. It's your raw anger. How primitive of you." And with Merno stepping back, Broly ends up firing a massive energy attack directly at Merno, as Merno only then continues, "But your anger blinds you from the truth, mortal." As he then opens up a portal in allowing Broly's attack to go right through, he only then continues, "As strong as you are, this power still won't be enough to save the ones you love." So what Merno is doing here is further playing mind games with Broly, as of course he ends up flying away. With Broly chasing him, he only then went along to continue, "Perception is not always the reality that you believe it is. Allow me to further show you why you have chosen death for yourself." And with Broly in hot pursuit of Merno, Broly attempts to attack Merno, but Merno ends up flying through yet another one of his portals, as he then went along to tell Broly, "Too slow." And as of course Broly ends up missing his shot, Merno ends up popping up behind Broly again and having to ask him, "Looking for someone?" But this time, it's not just one, but 5 different Mernos that end up stepping out through a portal, as each of them go on to comment, "Take your pick then. Remember what you're fighting for. Can you endure what's about to happen?" And Broly seems to be not only angry, but confused, because he has absolutely no idea on just what the heck is going on, as Merno then went along to tell Broly, "If you weren't such a pest, with proper training and the right teacher, you would have made for the perfect god of destruction of any universe." As he only then continues, "I will admit, however, you're more difficult to deal with when compared to Goku and Vegeta. Your powers gives you focus, but you are ultimately blinded by your own rage, that you fail to realize your own true potential. Compared to your Saiyan brethrens, you are by far not the strongest in this universe. With Vegeta's training alongside my father and Goku's ability to master Ultra Instinct, you fall short of the race, but I could help you change all of that if you were to submit to me as your teacher. I could help you sharpen your powers and guide you into becoming the ultimate god of destruction, if you so choose to let me, especially if it's to protect the ones you care about from dying. You are overlooked and left to die here on this planet. I will give you everything. Do you accept?" So Merno is essentially doing the exact same thing he did with Vegeta in trying to offer him a better position, and further messing with Broly's mind, because Broly doesn't know any better, and with Merno having to tell Broly, "Look, I could make you into a better person, they abandoned you, you're not important, you're weak, but I can change that," really goes as far as to show the manipulation tactics behind Merno, as only then Broly wastes little time in responding through the form of having to blast Merno by having to open his mouth and crying out, "Die!" And the minute we see Broly unleash this massive energy blast from his mouth, very similar to what we've seen Broly do against Gogeta in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, Merno went along to cry out, "Foolish creature!" as Broly's blast ends up engulfing all of the Mernos by the end and creating this massive explosion in the sky, and through the smoke and the debris we see how there's only one Merno standing there and shielding himself and having to comment, "I tried giving you a second chance, and you spit it back in my face. You're just as foolish as Vegeta was, so now Now Merno seems to be a lot more upset than how he was before, because then Merno charges directly at Broly and having to tell him, your soul will be expunged. As he delivers a bone-rattling shot to Broly's face, he only then continues, for choosing to reject the offer of the angels, I would have given you life beyond this realm, a chance to become something more than what you are now. So Broly isn't stopping. Broly's continuously throwing shots, but he can't seem to connect. As Merno then grabs onto Broly's throat, similar to how he did with Shile, he then slowly begins to squeeze, as he only then tells him, but as such, a beast such as yourself must perish for your defiance. As we get to see how Merno is squeezing Broly's throat more and more, with then Merno having to create an energy blast, he then followed by telling him, it's time you learned where your place is. And within a moment's notice, what Merno ends up doing is blasting Broly directly out into the distance, as Merno then comments, you should have listened to me, before opening up a portal above him as his carcass is sent flying. What Merno ends up then doing is kicking Broly as his body is sent flying from the blast originally, as he went along to tell him, now away with you. And with Broly hitting the ground with such force, we then only get to observe how Broly is lying on his back, and he seems to be very hurt. He can't even seem to stand up. And with Merno touching back down, he only then went along to tell Broly in a very condescending way, and now look at you. Barely able to open your eyes, yet you continue to defy me to save your pitiful friends. However, this game of ours is only just beginning. There is still so much that I'd love to show you. Let's make the game a bit more interesting then, shall we? Let's start with seeing how you handle the death of Shile, as only then the manga chapter special then comes to a close. Now, we are going to have the next manga chapter be available on the channel in just about 2 to 3 days, so if of course you guys want to find out what happens involving Broly and Merno, then I do encourage you guys to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up, because we are going to have a massive like goal for this video. If we can break beyond 10,000 likes on this video, then surely enough myself and my artist Anzer are going to continue this fan manga and giving you guys more substance and more additional characters be added onto this manga. So of course, with that being said, the story of Merno and Broly is only now beginning. But here's the thing, right? So this is a side story created by me and my fellow artists to give back to the community. So what I really enjoy about this is seeing the overall dynamic of Shile being used against Broly and having to weaponize someone that he really loves, because you can only imagine how far Merno is willing to go. And by the way, the title of Merno is the character's actual name, which was approved by the actual creator themselves. So a big shout out goes out to Jester for providing that information for me. But what I really cannot wait to give you guys and show you all is what happens next. And I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below on what you guys think is going to happen next in this story. Is Merno going to kill Broly? Is someone going to save Broly? Is something else going to happen to Broly? Because now Merno is trying to weaponize Shile in a sense to where he wants to go as far as to see what it would actually be like for Broly if he were to kill her, but the question is, will he do it? So again, you're gonna have to tune back in to find out what happens, guys. Thank you all so much for watching once again. I do have the official fan manga playlist and the Dragon Ball Super Kai Universe 13 manga playlist located down below. So if of course you guys want to check out not only this manga but many others, then you guys can go on ahead and check those links out located down below. Thank you all so much for your time. It really does mean a lot to me. Tune back in for the next manga chapter special, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace. And a quick little reminder before you guys go, if you guys are unaware, I do have a second gaming channel located down in the description box below, so be sure to head on over to Unreal Royale and hit that subscribe button along with turning on all notifications, as to there, you guys will find all different kinds of gaming content that you will not get to find on UnrealEntGaming, titles and video games such as Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Gears of War, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, Dragon Ball Z Legends, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, Minecraft, Blair Witch, and many other retro games on that channel. So if you guys are into gaming, then make sure you guys subscribe over on Unreal Royale. I want to thank you all so much for your time, and I'll catch you all in the next one.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck, Zarbon? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Freezer.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
UnrealEntGaming, but once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate!
Vados, get over here. Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarot!